Ladies and gentlemen, 5, 4, 3, 2, and money time.
All right, let's do it. All right, quick intro. Joe, tell them where they can find you and who you are.
Right off the bat, I love it. So my name is Joe Wachs, athlete and coach, been in the bodybuilding industry for quite some time, about 10 years now. You can find me on all social media. It's just Joe Wachs, Joewachs, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, the whole 9 yards. But I'm excited to be here, and we're about to jump into this. Let's roll.
All right, let's do it, man.
So right off bat, where were you born and how was it growing up?
Born in Plainfield, Illinois, small town in Chicago, for those of you who don't know. A lot of cornfields, but a lot of good culture, suburb feel, good family vibes, good high school. But growing up, always was an athlete, played sports, football pretty much my whole life. And then I played hockey for a while. Then I kind of got into bodybuilding. But growing up, family was good. Parents kind of got divorced early teens. So I feel like I've always been solo right on my own, and I feel like that's kind of helped me develop the man I am today. Just like I've always been doing my own thing ever since 12, staying home alone, working, doing my own thing all day. I feel like that's been a huge attribute to make me who I am, because I feel like I don't need a lot of people around me, where it's like I can work all day and enjoy it and love it. It's like be in solitude. Like even if I lived by myself and did my own thing, it's like until you get with a wife and other people, then you're like, nah, it feels much better. But it's like I could ride solo if I wanted for a while.
So you'd be good if you were just on your own.
Yeah, because for a while in Arizona, when I lived in Arizona, I was on my own because I'm just chasing the dream, trying to do what I love. And it's like when you're so focused, you don't really have too much time to do anything else. So just lifting, eating, having fun, and working, that's kind of what I've always thrived in.
That's dope. That's dope. So tell the people more about what is it that you exactly do. Like what is your that dream, or what is it that you do on a daily basis?
What are you different from every other coach? Like you're not just a coach, obviously. What else?
I would say for myself, my goal is to build, not necessarily one of the biggest. I'm not trying to be the biggest. I'm just trying to be the best. I want to build one of the biggest and most effective online fitness coaching programs on the planet, because I feel like my goal on earth is to help impact and change lives and show people what's possible. Because I feel like so many people struggle with their health and just finding true confidence, and they just don't know what to do or build the habits, or they're missing the education. So I want to be that bridge that helps take people to the next level in their health, so they can walk around and be proud of who they are. And in order to become the man you've always been destined to be, you have to build the lifestyle and the habits. And a lot of people need help and guidance within that in order to get there. So that's really just what I kind of try to thrive on. Because I feel like if you prioritize yourself first and you build the discipline in order to go to the next level, you'll be able to accomplish anything. And same thing with Alex, kind of with his health and business. He started with bodybuilding right off the gate in the fitness industry. And doing that and focusing on yourself, you just build the habits that are going to be deployed in all other areas of life. So you can really do anything, because if you can transform your body, which is going to be the hardest thing you ever do in your life, you'll have the discipline and persistence to be able to do anything in business.
Yep. And adding more to that, that's very, very true. Like for me, that's where everything started. It was bodybuilding. So that's why I'm pretty pumped to have you here. Somebody that me and Esteban look up to. Because that is, if I'm being very honest, that is my first passion. And I know for a fact that that's where I developed 99% of the character that it takes to do what I do as a contractor, as a coach, to mentor a lot of, hundreds of people in the contracting space. And even further than that, I got away from it. Now I'm back at it. I've been working with you for the past couple of months. Because then again, I grew in business. I grew in just about every other area of my life. When I jumped on that call with you, I'm like, hey man, I'm ready to get back to what really matters, which is me. And I need somebody to take the wheel. And shout out to Joe.
Appreciate it.
I'm down, we were saying like 15 pounds in the last couple, maybe 6 weeks already.
Yeah, 4 to 6 weeks.
It's not even about the
veins coming back.
It's not even about the weight, the veins. Obviously, the look is cool, but I mean, especially now, it's not that I can care less how I look. It's more of the way I feel and the way I walk around. I told you earlier, just the type of mentality I'm adapting again is going to be lethal. But it's going to be insane. Right. And, yeah, that's just, that's like I said, I'm really intrigued by what you do with people's lives.
Because for this, just like the man you really have to build, you get your mojo back, because when you're a savage in the gym, like for example, just being on top of your habits, you can do anything. So you don't hit snooze in the morning, and at the end of the day, work, I get a little better. Work. I keep getting better. Then work. You blow up and you're exactly where you dream to be. Same thing with work and health. So I just think it's the best combination to lead you to wherever you desire.
Real quick, how many clients do you have right now?
I don't like to share too much personal information, but I work with a good amount of people. But this is whenever someone asks me how many clients I work with, I always say, whether I had 10,000, 100, or 10, you're going to feel like you're my only client. You know what I'm saying? Because if you build the proper systems and you actually do what you say you're going to do, you should be able to deliver on the full delivery of what you're selling someone. Because I'm never convincing someone that they need my program. I'm persuading them into the decision they already know they need, and I'm pushing them to be better.
I can vouch for that. I am a current client, and so what has been like 6 weeks, and yeah, definitely. The whole protocol you've developed from start to finish. And that was the thing why I've done bodybuilding shows like we talked about. I've been in that world deep into it. There's a lot of coaches.
It's a very crappy industry. It's a very shitty industry. You could say the fitness industry is slimy. There's so many, there's hundreds of thousands of coaches that are terrible, that are out to get your money. And it's like, you really don't know what you're getting into until you get on a call and they say it and you're just hoping and praying that that's what they're actually going to deliver.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like I said, that's why I struggled with hiring somebody, because now I'm to the point where I was able to buy my time back, and then I had the funds to actually say, I'm going to invest in myself. But like you said, everybody I looked at, I was like, I don't feel right. I don't feel that person is going to care about my body, which is the most important thing in this world, like I would. And Esteban, he had showed me, he had spoke about you.
We were at the office, and then I forget how we even started talking about you. I was like, yeah, Joe was here in the area. We usually hit a workout whenever you're here. You should just meet him sometime. And then he was just wondering who you were, and I just put you on the YouTube, and he was like, you were sold on the spot. I was like, yeah, I need him as a trainer.
Well, you had told me before, right? Like, hey, I know this guy, and super cool guy, like he cares about people and blah blah blah. And I'm like,
I feel like Joe, like when I first met him, he didn't even help me like physically. He just like opened my mind up on like what you could really do for yourself, for your career.
When you were young, just in high school, homie comes up to me with a camera and we're just talking, and then I let him run the TikTok for our clothing brand, and just, I'm speaking life into him. You need someone that's going to speak life into you and show you the ropes. Because it's like, I'm trying to save people the pain and trial and error, just like you do with MDC. It's like, show you the true potential. It's like, I started this 10 years ago, and it's like, if I had a mentor to really show me the steps to go to the next level that early on, it's like, I'd probably be a lot farther. I'm grateful for the learning lessons, but that's why there's mentors to guide you and teach you the whole way to really open your mind. Because if you don't believe it yourself, like I believe in some of my clients more than they believe in themselves. And that's all you're going to need in order to go to the next level. If someone believes in you, you're going to start believing in yourself.
I feel like any true leader unlocks their full potential for their client. Like they see it and they help them. So that gives them the key to unlock.
Yeah, back to one of my main questions I had for you. Why is it that you feel it's important to have a coach, just in general, right? It doesn't have to be bodybuilding. Doesn't have to be, for as a contractor, anything. Why do you feel it is good to have a mentor / coach?
I feel it's super important to have a mentor and coach for someone to set the bar for what's possible and what you can achieve. Because it's like, we all have personal goals, but those personal goals will come to life a lot faster if we have a guide and someone pushing us to get better. Because at the end of the day, you are who you surround yourself with. So when clients come into my program, for example, they don't have anyone else in their life who is in a position I am that can help take them to the next level. So it's like, if I'm the only person that can do it, It's like you need that one person, and that will come at a price, because if it's going to change your life, it's going to be worth it at the end of the day. But I said, what was the question?
So why do you feel it is important to have a coach and a mentor in any space of your life?
Like, why not I could just look it up and try and learn it on my own.
Like we were talking before the podcast, accountability. You truly need to be held accountable at the highest level to guarantee you're going to get to where you want to go. Otherwise, life will throw you off. You'll get punched in the face, and sometimes you don't get back up. So if you have a coach, instill your worth so far into you where you can build the habits that are going to transform your lifestyle. That's why coaching is so important, because it's a bulletproof package plan that does guarantee a result that you're searching for.
And it goes back to what you said earlier too. I think it also really like for me instance, right? Like for me is like at that point in my life, like you said, it's about who was around you, and I feel like I needed to pull in that person around me that was in a better position in that area that was going to push me. You know, when I came to you, I'm like, man, I just want to lose a few pounds, and you know, I just want to feel better. And
you said, I just want to feel good again.
Yeah, I just want to feel good. I don't care about how I look. It's like, no, we're getting you ripped. And I was like, oh fuck, he believes I can get ripped again. I'm feeling old and beat up, but he said I can feel better and look better. Yeah,
as a byproduct.
And all you needed was that one person to.
Well, yeah, I had to, and obviously it comes at a cost, right? You have to, and to me, it's fucking worth it. Like, hey, you know, let me pull him into my circle. Somebody that believes in that I can do a lot more than I can myself. Because remember, at that point in time, you're in a certain mental space. Now, you ask me, and I can tell you, we can do a show if I wanted to. Easily, right? But it took you. Like for me, I got the money's worth 4 weeks in, and I paid for 6 months up front, and I got that piece right there. I got my money's worth, and I'm like, dude, even if you were to walk away right now, I'm like, man, I got my money's worth. Seriously, dude.
I appreciate that. That's awesome.
It is very important to have. It's not just a program. It is not just because of the things that you're telling me. I don't like saying that, but you can say I knew. But then again, it's like, who's going to steer that boat for you? And a lot of times that's what I'm like, they ask me, like, what is he having you do? Like, just this morning I told somebody that, what I'm doing. And, I mean, it's nothing special. Motherfucker, I never said it was.
I'm doing work. Yeah.
I'm not special.
It's no magic pill.
No. That's what I'm saying. It's no magic pill. But having that person steer the boat for you, and me knowing that I don't have to worry about that piece in my life. And then also that accountability. Like I said, it's so many different things. The accountability, him believing that I can still do it, him believing that I can go beyond the threshold that I thought was a threshold. Is that
being in your ear, being in your ear every day.
Yeah, that right there. Just that alone, I think. And then it sucks, right? Because you do have a lot of people in your space that suck.
That's why I just try to over-deliver. Because if you over-deliver and over-serve, you're always going to be blessed. Because if you do good works, everyone's going to know about your good works. Because if I service you well, other people are going to know I service you well. And at the end of the day, if you service people well, they're going to become your biggest billboard. So I have hundreds of billboards walking across all of the United States. And when people see the transformation happen within their life and the person they become and the body they achieve, they're like, how in the hell did that happen? And how did you do it? You're like, it was my hard work and a guaranteed blueprint that I followed that got me to where I want to go, and I was held accountable during the process. All it takes is one person to change your life. One person.
I walked in the gym the other day, and they asked, right away they asked, like, I go at different times, and I went at a time that
not your usual hour.
Yeah, my usual hour, and right, the first thing they asked was like, hey, who are you working with? Because obviously they know the bodybuilding world, so I'm like, this guy's working with. So I'm like, last time they saw me, I was 21 pounds heavier. And
it's a big difference.
So they're like, who are you working with? And I'm like, well, I pull everything. I'm like, this guy. Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, that's funny.
Cool. All right. But like I said, it's a billboard. And it's only the beginning, right? It's only the beginning. And that's
and hopefully a never-ending journey, because our whole goal with coaching, I mean, like I said, in any aspect of your life, to install the habits so deep-rooted where you can literally never stop. You're literally never going to stop holding yourself to another level, because that's your new norm. So every time we crank up that level, your new norm is only going to get higher and higher. That's how you become the 1% in the world. It's like, how do you do it? It's like over time, consistency.
Real quick, diving deep into your like coaching, what is like one habit that you see most of your clients just lack on, or it's just a consistent, like the same bad habit everyone kind of does? Or
well, it upsets me at times because there's times where I do want results for people more than they do want it themselves. You know, a lot of people do come in saying they have the desire to change. I want this, I want that, but their actions don't match up with their desire. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people will pay in the program and do nothing. And I don't like that because I'm not here for your money. And like one person is not going to change my life. I'm here to service you and get you to where you want to go. So if I can get you to where you want to go and actually do the things we said we're going to do and get you to where you want to go, it's like that is much more important than anything else. So I just don't like when people disrespect themselves. I mean, at the end of the day, you're disrespecting yourself. You say you want this and your actions don't match up. It's like, why do we continuously keep disrespecting ourselves? Because it's either you lied to yourself and you don't want to change, or you say you want it, but we're just not doing anything about it. So that's the only thing that kind of just upsets me at times. Yeah. But I mean, at the end of the day, I'm going to keep fishing, you know?
Yeah.
Even if I don't catch, I'm going to keep fishing until I catch. So at some point, it's going to click. Because how many times can you show up and tell me you literally did nothing again until I do it every week, the same thing? When are we going to do it? Do you have the desire to change? When is it going to click until you're so sick of hearing it where you do it?
But you know that some people just, you know, and I'm telling you because obviously I do coaching myself. I help contractors, you know, scale.
Same concept, different biz.
Yeah, same concept. You know, we help them scale all the way from 100K to past $1 million in less than 6 months if they follow the roadmap. And you know, but then again, it's like you said, they have to put in the work, but it's like, it's not about the money. It's like, dude, I don't need, you know, even if it's a couple grand that you give me, I don't need it. It's like, I need you to succeed to help you so you can go make more money and other people hear about it. Like,
and then it's a domino effect, you know, because if we equipped you, then you're going to be equipped and you're going to be that person that helps everyone else around you. Because now you're the leader for everyone else that they need. You know, if you're the only one in your family that took care of your health, transformed your life, it's like now you're going to be the guy they look up to that you're going to help. And then it's a domino effect. It's like creating disciples. You know, we're creating disciples in fitness, all this stuff all across the board where you're going to be that guy now that takes everyone to the next level.
Yeah. And then for me, like I said, that was the biggest thing that got me back on board was I'm not the type of man that's going to come back to him and say, I just didn't do it. Like, it's been how many check-ins in, I'm like, this guy's probably gonna think I'm lying. Like everything, water perfect, food perfect, everything perfect.
That's
like,
how my check-in my digestion perfect. Oh.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't want to think I'm just bullshitting him, but I'm like, dude, and obviously I'm not perfect, right? I might say, hey man, I screwed up here, I screwed up there, but it's gonna be hard for me to do that, and it might happen, right? But I'm like, that was the biggest thing for me, like the biggest shift. I'm like, I can't tell this guy that I look up to, that I'm like, yo, man, like, I was just a little bitch and didn't do it. Because that's the only reason why I didn't do it.
100%.
That's the only reason why. It's not because somebody put a gun to my head. It's just I was just being a bitch and didn't do it.
Yeah, we listen to our emotions, and our emotions will always fail us, you know?
Then that was the biggest thing of why I kept failing. And that is, you know, goes back to why having a coach, in my opinion, is great. You know, I've been close to prepping myself for a show, but there's that inner voice is a lot stronger than you'd think. And I got down to multiple times. I got down to 10 pounds, and I'm like, oh, well, you know, it's like I got a lot going on, and you know, I'm working hard, so maybe I should eat this pizza. And
a week off won't hurt.
Yeah, a week off
of working will definitely hurt. You know,
and so that's like I said, when that coach, that mentor needs to come in and
lay down the law.
Yeah. Or some, like for me, you don't even need to. Like, I know, because we all know the answer.
Oh, 100%.
We all know the answer. Like when I didn't drop any weight this week, like I know what's going to happen. I know what's going to happen, right? But it's like, if I was on my own, I probably would have been like, yeah, you know what? Let me give myself another week. You know, I had a hard week. I run all these businesses, the kids, and, you know, it's like, I deserve that, man. It's like, man, I was sore and I skipped 2 cardio sessions. It's like, when I come to you and my check, before I sent you my check, and I knew what was going to happen. I already knew we got more cardio, more fucking water, and less food. Like I knew it was going to happen, but Myself, I probably, like at this stage, I probably would have waited another couple weeks, and then probably fell off the fucking wagon, and then make excuses.
Got to dig deep, baby.
Why do you think most people fall off, Joe?
In general, just like completely lose themselves, gain weight,
discipline. 3 weeks in, just fall off.
They get comfortable because like as soon as you go off plan and you get that dopamine hit of food, you realize how good it felt, because that dopamine hit is like a drug. If you're on a diet and then you have that pizza, you're like, oh, I feel so good. I feel so nourished now. I feel full again. And I just love this feeling. And then you get addicted to that feeling, and then that becomes a habit. So the more you stay on plan, the more that becomes a habit, because then you see the change. You're like, I'm going to keep staying on plan. This is awesome. But as soon as you start breaking the plan and start feeling good, you start chasing comfort instead of discomfort. That's when you stop growing, and that's when you continue to fall off.
So we talked about bad habits. So going back to like some of your best winning clients, what are their habits? What are their good habits of a winner?
Consistency and showing up no matter what. I think the best habit is one of my clients, Patrick. I mean, he's just completely transformed his life. And I like to just take everyday people and almost transform them into professional looking athletes. But at the end of the day, it's just a byproduct of doing what you're supposed to do and improving your health. And that's just the person you become. But just like preparing, and like even if you fall on track, you just get back on track. It's that simple. It's like we don't need to do excessive cardio or take down your calories. Like we're literally just gonna get back on track and continue to do what we're supposed to do. And I think that's the best habit to have. It's like fall off, get back on track, get punched in the face, get back up and keep going.
So it's normal to get punched in the face, normal to fall off.
100%, because life's always gonna knock you down. I mean, things are always gonna happen, but it's like, what do you learn and how do you navigate through those? Because that's how you get better. It's like, we love problems, we love pain, and we love when stuff like that happens, because that's where we learn. If everything was sunshine and rainbows, we're never gonna learn. So like, we need hard times and tough times to be able to learn and navigate, and it's gonna take more time and intention. But I was saying this like the other day, it's like, finding a good wife is pretty hard. What are you going to settle for, the worst one? It's like, that's like when you're going out to eat and you're trying to find good food at the gas station. It's like, it's going to take more time, but you're not going to settle for something terrible. You're going to go out and seek it, just like you go out and seek to find a perfect wife for your life. Yeah. Because that's what you're going to have to stick with.
Real quick, just not to get too deep, but like, what's like one of your biggest learning lessons in your career by far, and how did you come back?
Following Jesus Christ. Because honestly, before, I was chasing my flesh and what I wanted and not what he wanted. So it's like, I believe God's plan is so real, where everything happens for a reason. Everything's going to fall into place at the right timing. And looking back on my life, everything makes more sense than it ever has before, because I'm seeking him and he's guiding me throughout everything I do. So before, I'd crash and burn, overwhelmed, stress, anxiety. I'm never going to be good enough, because nothing was ever enough. I was never filled up. I'm always going to keep chasing more money. I'm always going to keep chasing the next thing. And I was trying to do it my way instead of his way. But sometimes when you learn patience and you trust him, he's going to walk you into your true potential. And that's the number one thing that's changed my life forever.
That's awesome, man. Let him lead the way.
Amen, brother.
Every morning.
Seek him and his righteousness, and everything else will be added.
Facts. Another thing, outside of results from your clients, what is it that you love the most out of what you do? Other than just like, obviously the transformation, the physical transformation, what is it that you love the most about what you do for a living?
Honestly, just building relationships and having a good time, because at the end of the day, we're called to love, so it's like, every one of my clients could be my best friend. It's like, I talk to these people every single day. So it's like, those are some of the people I'm closest with. It's like, I talk to my clients and who I work with more than my own family, because I engage with them every single day for hours and hours and hours. So it's like, we're going to be best friends before we can blink an eye, because we talk literally every single day. So I'm going to know you like the back of my hand. You're going to know me. And like, this is the first time we met and we're already super close. Like, we've known each other forever when it's been 6 weeks, so building that relationship and just having friends all across the world. So I'm able to truly love what I do, because I'm doing what I love with the people that I love and care about. So I think that is the biggest thing, is serving others so well, where we just are so ingrained into each other's life, where we're doing life together. At the end of the day, we're breaking bread and doing life together and chasing after our dreams. And we're doing it as a team to achieve the dream life we've always wanted.
Yeah, building together.
Yeah. And that's like, I mean, really anything. I mean, I really just believe in enjoying the moment, living in the moment, and just being present, because so many people are always focused on the future and what's next. But it's like, this is what life's about right here. Spending time with each other and having fun, like going to the gym, clanging and banging some weights. It's like, this is what it's about. It's not the destination, it's the journey. The journey is the best part that makes it worth it. Because if we lost everything today, we're still going to get back to where we wanted to go, because we love the journey, we love the grind, and that's how we became who we are.
Yeah.
So you would say you have like no regrets in your life because everything kind of played out? Do you believe in regrets?
No, I mean, everything's a learning lesson. You know, it's like, I mean, I'm sure we all regret doing some dumb stuff in the past, but it's like, we learn from it and we get better. So there's nothing to ever be embarrassed of, because even if you regret doing things, you regretting that's going to be a very helpful tool to help other people go in the right direction moving forward, you know? Because I'm sure we've all regretted a lot of things we've done in the past.
Absolutely.
That we wish we could change, but that's not how the story goes.
Yeah. Another thing, kind of going more into the personal side, what do you consider like a healthy work-life balance? Yeah. Like, what does that look like to you?
I was just talking to him. So, I mean, you got to remember, if you're in your 20s and 30s, I would say work as much as you humanly can, because we don't want to be working forever, you know, but obviously find what you love to do and do it to the max. Because if you, like, for example, my occupation, I'm servicing others for a living, and I feel like that's my passion. I love it, and it's relationship building. So it's like, I always try to build everything on a weekly schedule, because when it comes to owning your own business, you can get burnt out, you can crash. I mean, things can go really bad, and that's how my life was before, until I met my wife. Like, even just a little off topic, like, I would go to restaurants. It was just my frugal internal being. I would always order like the cheapest thing in the menu to not spend more money. And my wife was like, why don't you just get what you want? And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, appetizers and everything? And then honestly, that changed my life. And now I'm like, I love going out to eat, because it's like, I actually get what I wanted, you know? It's so stupid, but it's like so real. But I totally forgot the question.
No. Like, what is a work-life balance?
Okay. Work-life balance. I like to work very crazy Monday through Thursday, because it's like, Monday through Friday, everyone's grind mode. So it's like, if you can put in 12 hours days, Monday through Thursday while you're young, Friday's like more of my free day where I do fun stuff like this. Then the weekends where I truly relax, do content, and just do more of the fun stuff I actually enjoy that doesn't feel like work. But it's like, I like to catch up and get ahead, do this little stuff and just work out, hang out with friends. But it's like, Monday through Friday, it's time to get ahead, you know? So it's like, I don't think I need to work 7 days a week if I'm going as hard as I can with full focus and intention during the week. Because I mean, I don't want to do that every day. I'm going to be burnt out. It's like, I'm grateful for my Friday, because I know I put in the work, it's done. It's more relaxing than the weekend. I prepare, do a little bit of that. But it's like, I mean, yeah, you can work 7 days a week, but it's like, at what sacrifice? You know, because you lose yourself, you can lose your family, your friends. And it's like, at what cost are you willing to do that? So I think my wife is what made me tell me to treat it like I'm operating a business just like other people. I deserve time off too, where it's like, if we can't be highly effective 5 days a week to get everything you possibly done for your business, you're just not being intentional with the work you're doing.
How does that Monday through Thursday look? Is it like wake up at fucking 4 a.m.?
3 a.m.?
No, I'm not on the
cold shower.
I'm not on the MDC vibe yet. I used to be early riser, but I wake up when I wake up. I have late nights, so I mean, I go to bed. If I'm in Florida, I go to bed at like anywhere from 12 to 2, and then I wake up at 9 or 10, and then I lock in to like 8 p.m. Doing calls, updates, check-ins, social media, and obviously I have a little team that helps me run all of that. But it's like, I just try to get as much done as humanly possible during the week, and then kind of just structure my days, you know? Have days for everything to map it out so you can be highly effective in all areas.
So does your wife like get time from you from those days as well at the end?
So everything's very different. You know, I'm lucky that she really understands my vision. And I mean, from the start, she knew this is how my lifestyle was. So I mean, ain't nothing changed. You know, it's like, I wasn't going to change for someone else. It's like, this is how I go. And if you're going to ride with me, where it's like, when we first met, she lost 80 pounds because she went to the gym with me 6 days a week. So when she first started, she never worked out. She came to the gym with me after work at 7:30 every day. We were training 6 days a week like a bodybuilder. We completely transformed her life. So it's like, I'm never going to stop. So I need a partner that's going to abide and come with my lifestyle, because I'm trying to build the kingdom, trying to build my dream life, and I'm never going to stop. So I'm going to keep pushing. So having someone that can kind of navigate with that is very helpful.
It's dope. So another thing going into that, like I'm sure there's days where no matter what, right? And I feel like no matter how good we have, how big of a team, I'm sure there's days that if life or just business feels heavy. How is it that you navigate through that to be able to get out of that? Or how is it that, one, how often do you feel that happens to you? And also, how is it that you're able to navigate out of those?
Like overwhelmed and burnt out?
Yeah, I guess,
You're getting like 8 messages from 8 different clients, and you have to go to this like meeting, and like those days.
Yeah, I think, I'm sure like it's more like,
everyone's schedule's crazy for
that. It is. So like, right now I think I have like 46 messages, and but it's more like there's going to be days where, like for me, I'll be honest, like yesterday, it was one of those days where I'm like, dude, this shit is too much. And mind you, it's the same thing I had, for the last 2 weeks. Like, and it's just like, man, this shit is too much. And it's like, obviously I know what that means. So I don't tell anybody. I just chill out. But for you, like how often does that happen, and how do you deal with that?
I mean, a lot, because you're going to remember all the overwhelm we have is just the best blessings we've been praying for. So if you wanted to eat, you can't complain that God gave you enough food to eat and now you're overflowing. You know what I'm saying? So I honestly, sometimes I get burnt down and, you get stressed out, and then I renew my mind and understand that I'm blessed and I'm grateful to be in this position, and I power through and get it done. Because it's like all this abundance, this is what we asked for and prayed for, and now that we have it, we can't sit here and complain that we have a lot on our plate, because it's like we're going to learn and grow. We're going to grow today. We're going to get better today, and we're going to use this to keep pushing through, because if we're trying to build more, we're only going to keep having more stress, more to deal with. But it's like, how can I learn to navigate through that and also give thanks during the process?
So you just give yourself reminders, and
it's like, I'm blessed. Yeah. I'm blessed to have a lot of work to do. I'm blessed to have great problems that other people wish they can have. So I'm going to continue to service people well and do what I do best and get it done.
You know what's crazy? Stanley can tell you, I actually took a screenshot of my schedule yesterday, because yesterday was one of those days where I had 12 meetings back to back.
Or is this epic? Looking at the calendar.
I'm talking like 5 minutes in gaps. I was like 3 meals behind at one point, dude. And
those are hard.
I texted him saying I was blessed. It was one of those days where it hit me, and he was the only one that knew. And I told him, I was overwhelmed, because he was my last call.
That's hard. And I told him 5 minute gap.
Yeah, it was rough, right? But I told him he won't let me lie. I said, man, this is a blessing. Like all of us at one point, we asked for that.
Amen.
And now that we have it, we can't complain about it. So I told him, I was like, man, it's blessed. These are not too long ago, I wished and I asked and I prayed for me to be that busy. Now that I am, I can't. Like you said, I
can't complain.
We all complain, right? It is what it is. I complain a little bit, but
someone's got to do it. Yeah, if it ain't me, who?
Yeah.
No, and I want to do it, right?
Yeah.
I want to be the one that does, because if anybody else does it for me, they're gonna be growing, not me. Mm-hmm. So that's like I said. That's why I asked. I was just curious to see, how is it that you deal with those things? I know everybody has those days.
Everybody makes some mistakes. But yeah, I always say, kind of just to add on to this, it's like, if I want to be the best, it's like, how much more can I do than the other person? How much more consistent can I be than all these other people's posting on social media? How much more can I show up than these other people? It's just being consistent. I will never miss a day on platforms, because it's like, other people will take a break. I'm not going to take a break. I'll find a way to make it happen so that no one can. I mean, I hate the saying no one outworks me. It's like, I'm not going to miss. It's like, how are you going to beat someone that doesn't miss? You can't.
Yeah.
It's like Jordan and LeBron. It's like they shoot hundreds and hundreds of shots per day. It's like, because they don't miss, because they show up and do more than 100 times other people's are even willing to do. So it just comes down to, how much are you willing to do to stay ahead?
Yeah.
And then they ask you how. You're like, I don't miss, dog. I just keep going and I show up when I don't want to show up.
Did you tying it back, like, so how did you go from high school student to influencer who you are now? Like, what happened?
This is cool. Basically how I ever started,
Did you know this is what you were gonna do, or it just like fell into
low-key
place?
kind of. I've been making videos and doing stuff like this since I was like 12. Like literally, I've been producing full-blown YouTube videos at like 11, and they're super cringe. But it's like I was on Windows Movie Maker editing. I've been filming vlogs like for real since I was 11, and like I have some old clips. I don't really share them, but it's like me saying what my life would be like in the future, and a lot of it's come true. Like me, just a young dork on a camera, like saying everything that I was gonna do, and they're private on my YouTube channel, so you can't watch them. But it's like a lot of the stuff just came true because it's like I just always felt like I wanted to do more and that God had a plan for me. And like, I always believed in myself, like ever since a young age. Like a lot of people have a hard time, but I just knew I'm going to do something big, and I'm just going to keep staying on track and keep showing up and keep being consistent. I know I'll get there. And one day, what kind of started my fitness journey, I was playing football and hockey at the same time. So very active, terrible diet. And I was super skinny. I was like 160 pounds soaking wet at like 5'10". So it's like now I'm 260 pounds, you know what I'm saying? And I still feel I can get a little bigger, but and then a nutrition shop came into my high school to talk about nutrition and stuff. I'm like, I want to be a sponsored athlete. I'm like, homie's like 15 soaking wet in high school. So I pull up to the nutrition shop that night and I said, how do I become a sponsored athlete? I just walk up to the desk, and the owner was in the back, and this other guy that's like one of my best friends now, he was working there, and he says, here's 10 cards. You bring in 10 people into our store and we can talk about being a sponsored athlete. 48 hours later, I'm a sponsored athlete. So then I started growing with them, and I started doing more sales, getting bigger in the fitness industry, started creating social media content at 16. Cause back then it was not cool to do that. I was getting made fun of, bro. I've been getting made fun of for making videos since I was 12. Cause like, I'm the kid telling you to go watch my YouTube video at 14. That's super cringe. But it's like, I've been marketing since I was in Ira Jones Middle School in Plainfield, Illinois. So that just continued to build. Then building that connection and showing up and working hard for his company. Then they connected my first ever big sponsor, Rule One Protein. So I went to the headquarters I think I was 16. I signed my first contract with Rule One Proteins. And then I started going to Fit Expo 17, 18, doing social media. Then I get connected to more brands. And then I chased my girlfriend to college just to like, cause I felt like at one point, like, I was broke at one point, like obviously 17 years old. It's like, what do you expect? But I was doing the influencer stuff, but obviously I wasn't making a lot of money. But so I was just like, I felt like a loser. Everyone went to college. I'm like, am I doing the right thing? So then I chased my girlfriend there, and then I'm like, holy crap, there's so many people around this college. So then I just went harder at the fitness stuff. I wasn't even doing the school. I was just paying people to do it. I was there for a semester, made my name as like the fitness guy around, the big dog. And it was just so easy and accessible to all these people around me. And I got like seasonal depression in Michigan. So I went to Arizona to chase my dream to do fitness. Then things started blowing up with social media more. I think my biggest platform I ever had was TikTok, 3 million before it got deleted. And that was like when I was at my prime. Obviously that helped build all my other platforms. And then I just launched my coaching program, continue to do all that. So it's kind of just a quick summary how I built through. And like the companies I've worked with, I'm with Bucked Up now. It's the best brand I've ever been with in the entire planet. They treat me so well. And this is my dream. Like the position I'm in now with Bucked Up, like this is what I've always ever dreamed about and desired. So I'm grateful that I have the opportunity to show my true skills. You know, it's like, I'm not just an athlete. It's like, I like to say I'm a marketer. I like to do a lot of the behind scenes where it's like, most athletes don't even know what the heck I'm even talking about when it comes to the insides and outs. So just delivering more value, I was able to do that. But I've worked with Raw Nutrition, BSN, Rule One Proteins. I would say those are probably and Gym Supplement Science. So the best supplement companies on the planet, but I would say this is the best ever we've ever been.
If anyone deserves it, it's you, definitely, because you actually provide value. You're actually here to help clients, not just take money. And
I believe in supplementation. You know, supplements work 100%.
Yeah, so, definitely. If you do all the basic, you know, because there's some people that don't want to do the basics, but they want to supplement their way into a healthier lifestyle. Then
and people think they can skip steps to get to where they want to go. It's like, nah, homie, you got to start as the bus boy. You know what I'm saying? You don't go to social media branding and just launch a course and all of a sudden you got to have some rep. You got to do some work. You got to work. I mean,
eat shit.
I was smashing it at Home Depot, Sullivan's Steakhouse working, and
you worked at Sullivan's?
Yeah, I was going crazy.
Way.
And then I was at a bus boy and a pizza boy. I mean, pizza boy, honestly, that was my favorite job. I was only making $8.25 an hour, but I'd do cardio in the morning, go to school from like 7 to 2:30, straight to the gym, then straight to the pizza parlor 4 to 9, and then I would do it all over again.
Oh, way.
Yeah, so people always think things happen overnight, but in
So that
reality,
became your normal at a very young age.
but I was just dialed in, yeah.
That was just normal
Locked
to you.
in.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
cardio morning, school.
Because I was a bodybuilder. I was trying to become my best self at a young age. So it's like
what it takes.
that's all I knew. I didn't know anything. Like all I knew was chicken and rice. Like I didn't eat other food because it's like, I mean, this is what I do. I mean, I eat 6 meals a day since I was 15. Probably from 15 to 22, I ate 6 meals a day every single day of my entire life.
Damn.
Let's go. That's discipline, man.
Yes, sir.
That's
Yeah.
discipline.
That's what's up.
Last one, and obviously we got another one, but back to the personal life. What obviously becoming a dad. Congrats.
Thank you. Thank you.
What I'm a father of 3.
Oh, I thought it was 2. So you got 3.
I got twins and a 6-year-old. So twins that are 3 and then a 6-year-old.
It's awesome.
I think that is the most
Rewarding.
Rewarding, the most tiring, the most everything, right? But
Yeah.
and even though my wife does 99% of the work, but what is that? 2 things. What are you most excited about and most scared about coming into being a dad for the first time?
I think being a dad, obviously I want to be a dad. I want to have children. I want to reproduce. I want to expand.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to take me to the next level because I feel like I'm a likable person, but it's like now I'm going to that next level to be even more relatable. It's like I'm a father, so I can connect and relate with so many more people out there struggling that say they can't do what they want to do because they don't know how to do it. It's like, I mean, being a father and doing all the same stuff, it's like, I'm not going to miss a beat. I'm going to keep going. That may be a little hard at first, but it's like, just like you don't miss. We continue to show up and keep building. So it's like, what is your excuse? So I just want to be another prime example to help more dads and just more parents just take care of themselves and do that. And then I'm also excited just to do more life, enjoy other stages of life, and grow into that next level, and just continue to be more selfless. And I know when you have a kid, it's just going to completely change your life forever. So I'm looking forward to that, and I think it's going to be a major blessing. And my wife's going to love it. She's going to be an incredible mom. So I think more so for her, it's going to be the best gift for her because this is her dream.
Yeah,
total dream.
Is there one thing that you're kind of like scared to go into, like, or do you feel like
yeah,
there has to be the one thing that you're like, man, I'm kind of going into unknown territory?
I would say I'm nervous to find out how crazy it's gonna be, because it's like it's never about you anymore. I mean, right now I try to be selfless and love others well. So I mean, I try to make it never about me, but when you have a kid, I mean, it's never about you ever again for the rest of your entire life. So just seeing like how I change as a man, being a father, I'm just nervous to see how everything really takes place because you have an idea of how it's going to go, but it's like, you don't know until you know, big dog. So I think we're going to find out. I think it may be rough at first, but everyone tries to make it sound like it is the hardest thing ever when you first have a kid.
No. And you know that me and my wife, that was the one thing we hated when you run into somebody and say, well,
like, you're weak, bro. That's why.
It got to a point where it was family, dude, and it pissed me off so bad. And I think that is what made me go hard. It's like, well, you can forget about the gym. You can forget about business. I'm like, bro.
Forget. That's be on top of my mind.
If I have to wake up at 4 a.m. to go fucking do it, I'm going to. And guess what I did?
Yeah.
But, it does change, right? Like, for example, when you told me Saturday, hey, man, I need you to wake up, do your cardio, eat a few meals, and
then go train.
And then I'm like, bro, I'm looking at my wife. I'm like, bro, this ain't going to happen.
But then you found a way how you're going to make it happen.
Yeah, I did. I had to do it the next day. But yeah, like things like that before, I'd be like, all right, I'm going to wake up. I'm going to, eat 3 meals at 1:15, 2:15. Go train. I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna rest. No, it's like
you're like, wait, I have 3 kids.
Yeah, and that was at the beginning, but now I'm like, all right, that ain't gonna happen. Like, so I'm gonna have to wake up 4 or 5 in the morning, do my cardio before they wake up, and then after that, it's all about them. And then if I can go train, I can go train. If not, I'm gonna have to make it up tomorrow.
Yeah.
But then it gets like you're gonna find a way. It's just
navigating a complete new lifestyle.
Yeah. And
restarting with your blueprint of how your days go.
Yeah. And I struggled right at the beginning. Same thing with work-life balance. Like for me, it was like well, what do you mean? I'm going to wake up, work till I fucking go to sleep. And it's like, no. You're like right now, I'm blessed to be in the position that I am. There's weeks where I might only work 3 days out of the week and it's only like 4 hours. And it is, you still got to make the same amount of money or probably even more. It is what it is.
You just navigate and fine tune and get better. So, but I'm looking forward to it because it's like, I want to have more time and freedom for my family. So it's going to push me to elevate to the next level and delegate and just continue to get better. Cause it's like, how can I continue to keep scaling and growing, but also delegate and have the freedom I need where it's like, it's going to force you to get better. And that's what I'm excited about.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And that's kind of where I'm coming from, right? I'm excited to see you evolve into that. Because if it wasn't for we don't know what would happen, right? But as of right now, I can just say if it wasn't for my kids, I don't know if you heard my story, but my first biggest jump was when I had my first son 6 years ago.
I think I heard a little bit about it on social media.
It's like I come to realize where you're at right now, but I was broke. Like I got a kid coming. My wife makes double more money than I do. She gives me insurance. Like it was bad to a point where I'm like,
to make money.
Yeah, and dude, I went from making $300K a month in my contracting business to doing $1 million that 1 month.
That's gangster.
So, and then
good job. Let's go.
Yeah, but it was like I do believe if you give a shit about what your kids will how they will look at you will level up, and obviously I know I can tell you will, and it's gonna be fun to see you evolve into that person. That it's gonna be a whole new level, right?
Different level.
And only you're like, man, I'm gonna try to level up to just do what I'm doing now, like sustain what I'm doing now. But guess what? You get so scared. At least I did, right? I got so scared that it's like you're able to work less, but then you generate 10 times more, and you're like, oh shit.
You're like, why didn't I do this 5 years ago? You're like, I thought work more was better.
And then for me, the twins did it. It was, I had the 6-year-old, and then I leveled up, and I was like, man, now I do $1 million a year. And I'm like, and then boom, we get hit with twins. We went from 1 to 3 when I'm like, oh shit.
Like I just played some hopscotch.
Yeah, we just skipped here. And then same thing, I leveled up. We went from doing $1 million that year to doing $500K a month. That's awesome. And then now I'm like, man, I need to work even less. I need to generate double. And it's like, man, how is that going to work? And it's like, you figure it out. So it's pretty cool. I think it's a pretty cool
process of life.
Process, yeah. It's pretty dope seeing it. And, like I said, I'm pretty excited to, see you go through that process.
Our kids will meet.
Yes, sir. Absolutely, dude.
I don't have much to say for a while, but they'll meet.
Yeah, my twins are only 3, so they'll catch up.
Yeah, they can talk a little. No, but I think it's awesome.
Real quick, so I remember when me and you first ever talked, like 3-4 years ago. I want you to kind of like say on camera like what you've told me, like because I was always scared and hesitant to just start posting. And you kind of just said it recently that when you first started posting on YouTube, people would say stuff, this and that. Why are you posting that? Or just you're being weird, like why are you posting stuff like that? Like, what do you have to say to those that want to get on social media but they're scared of what others are gonna say, or I
would say if you want to get on social media, I mean, you want to chase your dream. So regardless of
just chasing your dream in general, yeah.
I would say, obviously, don't care about what anyone else thinks because the only people judging you are the ones below you. Because you're already taking that first step that they would never take. So they're going to try to downplay you and pull you down, just like the devil tries to pull you away from everything that God has called you to have. But like I said, at the top, it's about collaboration. Only at the bottom are you trying to get ahead of people and sneak people, where it's like everyone winning is collaborating. Everyone helps each other, where it's like once you get in, you just keep going. It's like at first you may get some backlash because it's different. It's not you or you're doing something else. So it's like you're going to get made fun of. You're going to get, I guess, pushed around or hated on, but it's like, just continue to keep getting better and stay consistent. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what other people think of me. All that matters is what my family looks at me as, who I am.
Did your family ever say anything at all?
No, honestly.
Probably laughed a little, but.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I've been doing it for so long where it was kind of just normal. Even at 12, it's like when I first started social media, it was gaming. So like I was a Call of Duty with the webcam on, live reactions, playing commentary, and like Major League Gaming and trick shotting and all
Trying
that
to get
stuff.
that phase.
Exactly. And I was in good clans like that, boy. I'm just but like that's what I did. So it's like I'd be screaming on video since I was 11 and 12. It's like so I would just. It was very normal because I started so young, but I mean, no matter where you are, just start, and that's what matters.
Would you recommend to start young?
Start everything as soon as you can, because the sooner you start, the further you'll be ahead of everyone else. Not that that's our goal, but it's like it's a time game. You can't speed up time. You know, it's like I was telling him earlier how people go from like, let's just say if you're talking a money standard, 0 to 100 million in 2 years. It's like, yeah, that's like the 0.0001%, where it's like, why are you trying to compare yourself to him? Because comparison is the thief of all joy. So focus on your journey. If you get 1% better every day, we're getting a lot better every single year. And if we keep doing that, it's going to keep compounding, and my life's going to be absolutely completely different and probably my dream within 10 years. And if you're not willing, it's like, if you're not willing to work and do everything you can for 5 years, until it finally happens, then you don't want it bad enough. That's what I'm saying. Like earlier, work, I get better. Work, I still get better. And then it's all of a sudden just going to boom. So it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to happen when the time is right and when you keep doing what you need to do.
Oh.
Yeah, and even deeper than that. Like sometimes you're going to work and nothing's going to happen. And guess what?
But you get better.
Yeah, you get better. But it's like sometimes, people get, work, and then they get better and they don't see the result and they give up. And it's just like you said, if you truly want to go where you say you wanted to go, even during those times that you don't see results, you must be willing to do it all over again. And guess what? Even better.
You got to love it.
Yep.
You got to love the journey, because if you're just doing it for the destination, you'll never make it.
Mm-hmm. Like, let's go. We'll end it with this. Like, even with coaching, right? I actually used, and I'm sure you get this too, right? With my coaching program, they're like, hey, man, what can you guarantee? I'm like, big dog, I can't guarantee that you're going to wake up tomorrow. So nothing. Same thing with, I used this on one of my calls the other day, on one of my live calls in the group. I said, it's like when it comes to coaching, when it comes to information, it doesn't guarantee anything. It just doesn't guarantee that you're going to work, apply all these things, and it's going to work. Yes, it's intended to, but like I said, it's just like when I give you my check-in, you give me a meal plan, you give me, down to the T of how much water I got to drink, how much food I have to intake, how I have to train, rest periods. And then at the end of the week, I might come to you, I might look the same and didn't lose any weight. Well, guess what? I can't be upset at you because it's like, oh man, I did everything you said I would.
And I always say with that too, it's like, the only thing I can guarantee is that in 6 months from now, we're going to be in a way better situation than you are now.
Yep. Because we adjust.
And you're going to have way more information and education where you're going to be in a way better spot than you are now. So it's like, I believe in my product. And if you do exactly what I say that I tell you to do, we're going to get to where you want to go. So the guarantee is, if you do what I say, I promise we can get you to where you want to go. If not, you'll still be in a way better position in 6 months from now than you are right now on the phone call.
You know that you suck. If you didn't do it, you suck and you didn't get any better.
Well, I mean, a lot of people do it and waste their money, but that's how life goes.
But the thing is, I think I realized same thing with my coaching program. Like I said, it's very similar, right? Because it's like you give these people a plan, a roadmap, and then every week I
accountability,
check in with them for accountability in a group session, and it hit me where it's like a lot of people, it made me realize that a lot of people think that just because they spend the money, that's going to do it for them. Or it's more of like
subconscious. That's the start line, bud.
Yeah, they feel better about it. They feel like they're doing something about the situation that they're in just because they spent the money. And they forget that, like you said, that's the starting point. You have to spend the money, but you have to go do with things.
It's like a huge business investment. It's like, now that you invest in, now we actually have to run the business.
Yeah, exactly. And then I feel like a lot of people use that, like a lot of people hire trainers and they look like shit. It's not the trainer.
And the trainer does too.
And the trainer does too. Well, that's a whole nother story, right?
I don't get why people do that.
That's
They
a
pay
whole
the
other
fat
story.
To train.
Well, I mean, think about it. Like, let's go back all the way to doctors. I
The
mean,
certification, bro.
I'm not trying to get canceled here, but you go to the doctors and tell you what to do, and you look at they're telling you to chill on the snacks, and they look like a fucking snack.
You're like, why don't you take your own advice, bud? You know?
Yeah, no, but back to the original comment. Yeah, I think like a lot of people think that just by checking off their list, saying, "Hey, I'm spending the money," that should do it. It's like,
Yeah, just because you bought the treadmill doesn't mean the treadmill just works itself now.
yeah.
You got to get on the treadmill and make it move, buddy.
You got to put
Just-
power on.
Yeah, just like Esteban. He had to buy the camera to invest. Now you got to go shoot and learn how to work it and make it work you money.
So I make my first ever check, $800, put myself even to more debt, buy a fucking camera. And now, like, I'm like double in debt, and I
Still got to make it work.
Actually, I bought my first. I don't know if you know Charlie Claruso. He's killing it on TikTok. 600K followers. I got my first ever camera from him, which is pretty sick.
Shout out Charlie.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I hope my camera does the same thing it did to you, man. It was a perfect example. It was like, man, I should be at 600K subs next month.
Oh, let's go.
If not, I want my money back.
100%.
Oh, shit.
But it's been a great time.
All right, yeah, definitely got to do this more often. We got to head out. Got to get some
hit
food in
arms.
us. Hit the gym.
Get this arm day done and dusted.
Let's roll, man. So let's end this pod unless you got anything. Let's end it with Joe. Where can they find you if they want? They want to get better in life.
Appreciate it. If you want to get better in life and you want to go to the next level, you can visit bodybywachs.com, submit a quick intake form, and we'll set up a free call on how we're going to take you to the next level, get better, build your habits, transform the way you look. And 6 months from now, you're going to be a new person. And also, thank you for having me on the podcast. I'm very grateful. I'm very thankful. You guys are amazing people. Keep doing amazing work, and may God bless you both.
Thank you, man.
Amen.
Won't be the last one, but we're gonna head out, and I'll let you and then as well. But yeah, if you want to find me, if you're a contractor and you're looking to scale your business, you can find me on Instagram. It's probably gonna be the quickest way to be able to book a call with me or my team. Alex it's gonna be Alex Guzman Official. You can DM me 500K, or like I said, you can just simply book a call there and on my profile. But other than that, I'll let Esteban end it.
Yeah, if you're looking to blow up your business, get on social media more. Any type of businesses we work with in the area, we'll provide you a videographer, editor, project manager, someone that checks numbers, everything, all that for you. So hit me up at Esteban Ruiz Official on Instagram, and we'll get you started.
A complete social media agency and amazing contractor business collaboration to blow up your business.
Side note, I work with both of them, so I can vouch for both of them. So for all the people that are watching, that have been watching me, he's the guy behind the scenes running my social media platforms, YouTube, Instagram. So like I said, I can vouch for both of them. Like I said, I'm working with Joe as well. So you got the complete package here in this podcast. You want to transform your whole life from, and I always say it does start with you, right? With you. So if you want to, start transforming your life, be in a better place mentally, physically, emotionally, you got him, and then you want to start making some more money.
Marketing.
That's what I'm saying.
The 3 deadly combo.
Shee.
Let's go.
Yeah. Once you get yourself in a better place mentally and physically,
then you're ready to go.
Then you start
Get on camera a little bit.
Get on camera. You want to start a contracting business, start making some real money?
Sure.
Hit me up and
confidence, and then get on camera, and then scale the business.
All right, guys, we're gonna head out. Hope you guys like the pod. Share, comment down below and let us know how we can do better, what you like, what you didn't. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe.
Peace.
Boom.